the insects that the birds and the bats eat. The swarms of insects that the bats eat breed and produce in the backwaters of the ponds, the creeks, the streams, the rivers, the swamps, and the sewers. I mean, come on, man. The China virus, where'd the China virus come from, and how did the bats get it? What'd they do, give vaccine to the bats, or did they disperse it into sewage, where the bats breed in the sewers, like in America? You know, bird flu. The birds drink water from where? The streams, the creeks, the springs, the ponds, the lakes, the estuary to the oceans, the ducks, the geese. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, the rats, the possums, the raccoons. Where do they get their water from again? Where mankind is dumping all the sewage? Now, for my family and friends and my constituents and my enemies, I updated my litigation to include the United States government as a defendant. And there's a lot of other Jane and John Does, 1 through 100, that have yet to be identified. We're going to open this case up wide open because, folks, the entire world is being totally succumbed, totally ensnared, totally enslaved and put in bondage with virus and SARS and Legionella, Legionnaires, COVID-19, COVID-EK, and all the yet-to-be-announced variants. They're never going to run out of variants of viruses to keep you locked up in your homes with a needle in your arm, and your small businesses destroyed. The mom and pops are gone. And then, of course, they're going to ram the Great Reset. Yeah, the Great Reset. I wonder who's going to run and control the Great Reset. It's probably going to be the same sons of bitches that ran the world's paper currencies into the ground. The same central banksters, the same Federal Reserve banksters, the same Wall Street banksters, the same crooked, slimy politicians that are in their pockets. That's who's going to run the great brand new reset. They're jamming down your throat because these stinking slobs ran the world economies into the ground. They looted them. They looted them stupid. Everybody knows my work on bank looting and subprime predatory money laundering foreclosures. Yeah. FinCEN's got the records. FinCEN has the records. They just won't release them. The bottom line here is, ladies and gentlemen, you're being enslaved and lied to and poisoned. The governments, the cities, the towns, the villages, the United States government, the military are dumping unbelievable amounts of sewage into the environment, full of all the viruses, full of all the bacteria, full of all the toxins. It's going on all over the United States. It's going on all over Mexico and Canada and Europe, and Great Britain and China and Australia and Japan. It's happening all over the world. Russia's dumping sewage into their rivers too. Now, I don't know where the bats and the rats and the coons and the possums and the ducks and the geese and the beavers, where are they supposed to get their water? Aaron Brockovich? Come on, Aaron Brockovich. And here's another name for you. Catherine Austin Fitz of Solari. Come on, Greg Hunter. Come on, Greg Hunter and Catherine Austin Fitz. Where do the rats and the bats and the possums and the coons get their water? Oliver Max Garner, Mark Stopa, Matt Widener, John O'Brien, Martha Cloakley. Come on, Patrick Lovell, Eric Vaughn. Where do these rats and bats get their water? Where do the bats get the insects they eat? Where do the insects breed that the bats eat, where they get the viruses? Ladies and gentlemen, I amended my federal lawsuits. I got 2 of them in federal court. And federal courts, plural. And the bottom line here is the government is super spreading the death. They're dumping sewage everywhere. They're flushing sewage everywhere. The Rio Grande River, San Francisco Bay, Tampa St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay. Let's see, the Mississippi River, the Ohio River, the Tennessee River, the Connecticut River, the Penobscot River, the St. Lawrence River, the Hudson River, the Anacostia River in Washington, D.C. It's all over the Cape Fear River. The Cape Fear River Basin in North Carolina is a stinking mess. A huge stinking mess. Wake up, people. It's time to wake up. All the information and the links you need are below, and you better get a hold of this government. You better get a hold of this government, because they got plans for you in this great new reset. They are going to stick it to the little people. The we people are going to get it again, because the we people don't know how to stick together. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it right there. And as always, wake the fuck up.